Christmas is very commercial, and the holiday is all about spending much money. As you can see, this is a nice Christmas display, and now we are right in the middle of October. October, November, December. Months and months to go, and yet this Christmas decoration is already on. Christmas became commercial in order to make more money for people, in order to make them more wealthy, but also in order to move them away from the original values. Christmas ideas are no longer the same at all as they used to be. Kindness, compassion, and giving turned into commercialism, making money and feeling wealthy and rich and enjoying the opulence. For poor people, it is a very difficult time. They can't buy their rich toys, beautiful toys, as people who are rich can for their children. So they give something from the Salvation Army, for example, or they go to the church and ask for something, or they just give some trinkets that they can buy, which are very cheap and not so beautiful. So it is a time for the poor people to realize the difference between a life of opulence and a life of poverty. When I was about 20 years old, I lived in Greece for a couple of years, and during that time I worked in different places. I worked as a fruit picker. I picked olives, green pepper, and some other fruits, cotton, etc. I painted also doors and windows and so on. My job was very temporary and it paid very little money. I only got about $20 a day. So I could only pay for sometimes for a place to stay, or sometimes I stayed in a tent, and for a little bit of food. I remember the time of Christmas. Everyone wore very beautiful clothes. Everywhere there were beautiful displays, window displays, and the smell of the cookies, the beautiful aroma of the baked cookies, of the nice Christmas goodies, of the tasty, yummy snacks that I couldn't afford. I remember that it really got into me. I felt more lonely, more depressed. I didn't have my family with me. I stayed in Greece and I was by myself. So again, it was the time of loneliness, and I don't remember anybody inviting me to their house, as the tradition suggests. Keep a chair for a visitor, especially during Christmas, to invite him or her into your house and celebrate Christmas together. So this is a myth, and the reality is poor people, homeless people, in that case just travelers sometimes, are very miserable during Christmas. Who stands for Christmas? For Christmas that it is celebrated today? Well, there's a figure that we recognize as the symbol of Christmas nowadays, of the commercial Christmas. The original symbol is Christ himself, but the new commercial symbol of Christmas is Santa. And what does Santa like? Santa likes red color. Santa has a red hat, red cloak, red boots, and even a red-nosed reindeer. Why does Santa like red? Despite the fact that we hear Santa lives in the cold, somewhere up north, he really likes red because ho ho ho, ha ha ha. Yes, he is Satan in disguise. Look at this. Satan. Satan is taking us away from the Christian values, the original Christian values of humility and sharing and giving. into commercialism. Satan wants us to forget about Jesus. Satan wants to become the king of Christmas. Satan wants to steal our attention from Jesus to himself. Spend your money. Make more money. Be rich. Don't share. Yes, of course we hear about sharing and Salvation Army, but these are patents. These are just coins we give away. But we sell gadgets and trinkets worth millions of dollars. We also cut trees during Christmas, which means not only the destruction of the environment, but also actually taking sentient life. Maybe sentient, maybe not sentient. Some people say trees are not sentient, but I think they actually are. Surely animals are sentient. Sentient, by the way, means being able to feel pain and pleasure. Surely animals are sentient and they feel pain and pleasure. And animals are slaughtered in the billions during Christmas. I remember again in Greece, Greek people like to celebrate Christmas eating lambs. The lamb is the symbol of Jesus. How ironic again. The lamb was sacrificed for the humankind. Jesus, the lamb, was sacrificed for the humankind to redeem mankind's sins. And yet, the same lamb is sacrificed throughout the Christmas in such a huge number, in the billions. The burnt flesh smells everywhere on the streets in Greece during Christmas time. And in other countries, people eat other animals. I know that in Eastern Europe, fish is very popular. So there are a lot of fish vendors selling live fish that it's still breathing and dying. And again, interestingly enough, two fish are the symbol of the original Christianity. Perhaps it comes from yin and yang, but nonetheless, the early Christianity has its symbol as two fish, not the cross. So, why do we misinterpret the symbols, and instead of understanding the message is be kind, compassionate, and don't kill. Instead of that, we twist everything around and kill and chop and just simply consume during the celebration of the most compassionate and kind and humble teachings in the world.